good afternoon, happy day to you, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Fear to Freedom Project. This is day number 19 for me for my Showing Up to Level Up challenge. I created this challenge for myself January 1 to use the first 31 days to just challenge myself to do something different. And this is it. I am getting on my channel and just talking. I'm just free forming it. And I don't have really an agenda anymore in the mornings. I don't have an agenda at all. And so, yeah, that's something different for me. It took me out of my comfort zone, but that's okay. I'm at day 19. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about leveling up this year. Yes, if this is your first time to the channel, welcome and subscribe, like, leave a comment. And if you are a returning champion, thank you so much. Thank you for your support and being here. So, I'm not going to be here for a long time today, but I did take a class yesterday. It was um, not necessarily a class, but it was a presentation about it's called Ikigai. And the Ikigai is like what you love, what your passions are, what you're good at, and what it in conjunction with what the world needs. So I just thought about, what I love, what my passions are. And my passions have always been to empower other people. I just love empowerment because I get inspired and empowered by other people's actions, their words. So I have just felt so comfortable in the space of always just empowering someone else to believe in themselves. And now I know that I was empowering myself the whole time. I'm empowering me. And so I just know that it feels good to let someone in on all of the goodness that I have for myself and that I wish and desire for myself. So that was the topic, Ikigai. And so I am going to bring the sister onto the channel after I get through my challenge. I can't do anything on this challenge on this channel until I get to the 31st step. Okay? Day 31. And that is my goal. That's all I can see right now. However, I believe that this is something important for everybody to understand. Like, what is your Ikigai? What is your passion? What do you love to do so much? What is it that the world needs? And how is it that you can serve humanity and your community with your passions and the things that you love? And so, yeah, I was asked to take a look at that in 7 areas of my life. Now, I'm telling you all, like, I am really in the lab. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm not being studied, but I am investigating myself deeper, and I am just curious about how big I can be, because or how big of a container I can have so that I can hold space for others. And so, yeah, I am I'm all into Neville Goddard. I mean, I was listening to him. This is not the first time that I've been listening to Neville Goddard or Joseph Murphy or Abraham Hicks. However, it's just different whenever it resonates in your bones, like you just really, really get it. And sometimes you have to go a second time around or a third time around, right? That's what they said. We're repeating and cleaning up stuff from different lifetimes. So if you have to go back and revisit some of the information that you have, that's what I'm doing. So I am just basking in Neville Goddard's word. And that word is, you have everything inside of you, Deborah. You have everything inside of you, young lady, to call your dreams, whatever it is, your desires that you have. It's inside of you. I don't have to ask anyone about it. I don't have to run it by anyone. Yeah, we don't have to do that today. Everything, all the power is inside of us, even like those unimaginable desires and dreams that you have. It's all inside of you. And Neville is teaching to like live in the end of it. Like, get used to being that person that has the book deal already, right? See the publisher calling you and saying, you know what, Deborah? We've got a space for you. I'd like to offer you a deal. That's what I see. When I go to sleep at night, I am living in my wish fulfilled. And that is just, it's very interesting in and of itself. However, it just makes sense that it's just like the world that we live in is a reflection of our consciousness, like collectively, all of us. And once we realize that we're just not here for ourselves, that we're all like all of us, the collective matters, how we all move as a tribe. It's like your family. Yeah, it's just like your family. And so, I know some families that are really big and very close knit and they move as a tribe all the time. And yeah, so this is the same thing with the world, with humanity. All human beings that are on the earth, we're here individually on our own journeys, but there is a collective agreement. So knowing that my consciousness or what's happening is in the world and how the world appears is a reflection of our consciousness. That means that we just have to raise our consciousness. We have to change our consciousness, expand our consciousness, right? And so I am just really here to offer hope to myself because there's going to be a lot of changes happening this year, 2025. It is going to be something different, something new, something serious. And so we can work together collectively or we cannot. And so I'm here for the collective agreement, right? Since I know I made one. And I am here so that we can elevate this world, elevate our consciousness, raise our awareness, and to live in a world that's reflective of love, peace, and harmony. This is what I want. And some people may look at that and be like, it's not going to get that way. Then it's not going to get that way for you, just for you. It's going to be that way for me because that's the consciousness that I am going to have. That's the consciousness that I have. That's what I want. That's what I desire. And I just know it to be true. So I'm just learning about this ascension process or whatever. So it's going to be like, you know, and you can listen to this. I'm not teaching this. I'm just telling you what I am learning in the lab. And so you can agree, not agree, believe, not believe. It's we all are sovereign. We can do what we want. I love that. And I don't think anything different of you if you sitting up here looking at me like, girl, that's not true. It's true for me. It's true in my reality. And you got to understand, you will create the world that you live in based on here, based on your consciousness, on your awareness. Or I remember yesterday I talked about it. If you see the world as just mean, ugly, big, and just, imbalanced, that will be the world that you see. That's the be the world that you create. Remember, we are creating the world that we see. It's based on our consciousness. So yeah, I'm not gonna be here long today because yeah, I'm getting out of here. I'm traveling. And so the 7 areas of your life that maybe this is the that I'm taking I am taking inventory and I am applying this Ikigai message to is the spiritual growth and the your spiritual self. Like, what are you gonna do this year to improve your spiritual growth? Are you gonna do like more yoga, more meditation? What are you going to do? You're going to read the Bible more. What are you going to do to grow yourself spiritually this year? That's area number 1. Area number 2 is health and wellness. What are you going to do? How can you apply your Ikigai to that area of your life? Like, what are your passions? What are you going to do to improve your health? You're going to eat meat less. You're going to eat plants more. You're going to eat more meat and you're going to eat less plants, whatever it is that you choose. Yes. And then the relationships. That's the third area. What are you going to do in terms of your relationships with yourself, with others? I just am building a relationship with myself. I am learning Deborah, what Deborah loves, what she wants, what her desires are, looking at her traumas and her fears and her doubts. That's what Deborah's doing. So that once I can clear that relationship with myself and build it, God, I can have so many amazing relationships with others. So the fourth is your career, your business, your finances. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to do more of your passion and turn it into a business? I'm going to be a spiritpreneur. Spiritpreneur. Yeah. What about your personal growth? Your passions? Are you going to search for them? Are you going to look at them and just like actually sit down and say, what is it that I really love to do? What do I want to do for myself personally? Are you going to explore creative ideas? Like, whatever you want to do is going to be so good. Um, the sixth area is your home and personal environment. So, what are you going to do like this year different to I'm adding plants. So I have not ever grown a plant. Maybe a peace lily. That they you can't really mess those up. So I looked at plants that are easy to grow and I found some ZZ plants and some other plants, philodendrons that are really grow without you having to bother them. Yeah. So I got me like 4 or 5 plants up in here. I'm gonna add some plants. I'm gonna create a new environment for myself and yeah, one that makes me feel good. I put up, like some different tapestries on the wall that are reflective of the moon and the stars. So I really like that. And the last area of your life that you can pay attention to is your impact in the world. What are you doing to impact the world? And listen, don't get me wrong. If you don't feel like you want to do anything to bring impact into this world, that's fine too. But what are you doing to impact you or your environment, your community, your family system, your relationships? What kind of impact will you bring to this world? And so those are the 7 areas. Are you living in your truth? That's one thing that I had to ask myself. Am I living in my truth? So yes, that is it for me. I am traveling, so I gotta keep it pushing this morning. It's early, so thank you so much for listening. And if this is your first time, joining me, like and subscribe. I am doing this challenge for myself. This is and you can go back and look at some of the amazing people that I brought on this channel, but this channel has yet to see all of the amazing yumminess that's going to come through it. It just has not. So this is going to be so good. And I appreciate your support and thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow, man. I'm on day 19 of my showing up to level up challenge for myself. I'm really so proud of myself. I am. I really am proud of myself. It takes a lot to get up. This is consistency and persistence. And that's what I'm going for today. So thank you so much for joining me. And I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Peace.